So we kind of wanted to bring you guys on to maybe share a little bit more about because we covered the history and all the things that you guys have done over the last, was it like 52 years?
52 years.
Right. But there was a little tidbit that we heard about. I remember hearing about this at the start of the pandemic about Pepsi Guam bottling, and because of the facility you guys have over there in Harmon being an important part of the supply chain in the event of a world emergency. I don't know, kind of like the one we're living under right now. So Titos and Joe, welcome to the show. Maybe you guys would just start off by telling us a little bit more about that. And good morning, by the way.
Good morning, and to your viewers, good morning.
Good morning.
Because of the pandemic, we've realized that the supply chain is, it's a little delicate. There are times when our suppliers cannot fully supply the demand because of the pandemic. Did you know that, for example, since restaurants have had a tough time, rather than having the PET bottles as an individual, everyone started going to the cans because they brought it home. So there are a lot of it's very, very delicate, these issues. So one thing nice about Pepsi Guam bottling is that we locally produce products here, so it's a better way to ensure a stabilized supply.
Mm-hmm. And so you guys have a partnership or some sort of agreement with FEMA?
Yeah, we do not yet, but it's in the works. They've approached us, and we're trying to find out how we will be able to supply FEMA, hopefully in the future.
Right. 52 years, that is a long time. I think recently you guys held a tour. So you guys made several improvements, as I understand, over at the Pepsi Bottling Company. Can you share with us some of those improvements and upgrades?
Joe?
Yeah. Sorry, Sabrina, could you just repeat that? I didn't hear the full question.
52 years, 5 decades. It's a long time that you guys have been operating on Guam, and through the years, as I understand, you guys have made several upgrades to your facilities. If you could share with our listeners and viewers.
Just recently, just last this beginning of this year, we actually did a multi-million-dollar upgrade where we can produce a lot more in a shorter amount of time, which has actually come in handy right now when there's been a bigger demand for our items, because like Tito's had mentioned, sometimes some of our supplies from the US is not consistent. So at least here we can produce what we need when we need it.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are not just on Guam, but you guys also provide, jobs and products all over the Marianas, right?
Yes, we do. We do export to all of the Micronesian islands, to the Marianas, and we also provide products also as far as the South Pacific to certain islands out there.
Mm-hmm. And for people who aren't aware, you guys don't just do Pepsi, right? You guys do a whole lot of other different products.
Yes, a lot of people don't know, but we are also the bottlers of the Keurig Dr. Pepper line. So that's your favorite, say, for example, 7-Up, A&W, Crush. We are also the bottlers of those lines. And then, of course, we have our local products like Hanum.
Chamorro Punch.
Hanum.
Chamorro Punch.
Chamorro Punch, of course,
yep.
Yes. and our Tropical Ice.
Joe, in closing, before we let you guys go, because we just wanted to pop you on here to tell us a little bit more about the ops and the supply chain. What are we looking at on your end with Pepsi Bottling Guam?
I'm sorry, Chris, you just came in a little bit muffled. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
What you got going on with Pepsi Bottling Guam coming up here, Joe, on your end?
Well, we've been we've been consistent. We've had a lot of demand now more for packaged products because things have kind of slowed down with the restaurants.
Right.
So now, more of them are getting into the cans and the bottles. Because now definitely, a lot of places, they're not open for dine-in. So there's been a a decrease on that side of the business, but it's also there's been a big increase for cans and bottles now.
Right.
We were also hoping to start a discussion in establishing and encouraging other local manufacturers to set up here in Guam. I believe it's feasible. I believe that it can work. And for 52 years, we've made it work.
Right.
So we're trying to encourage other local manufacturers to do the same.
Well, thank you for that. Other local manufacturers, let's set up here. I like that we've got the bottling plant down in Harmon. I went on a field trip there once. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Joe, Tito, thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, our pleasure. You be safe. Wash your hands. Jason, what do we got in the K-Wave News virtual Zoom room for these guys?
We have virtual carne asada
What?
with your Denancy.
Wow. Okay, guys.
Blending cultures.
You know the best time to eat the meats in the morning so your body can digest it the whole day.
That'll be awesome.
Make sure you try that Denancy, Joe. It's pretty, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I think if they need something to wash it down with, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got the drinks covered. Why don't you leave some virtual drinks for us there?
Right.
Bree likes Dr. Pepper.
I do.
All right, Tito's, Joe, thank you guys. And
All
make
right.
sure you grab some of that
Take care.
carne asada. All right, that's the wash your hands. Hey, it's